Taking stock of the rugby rivalries this past weekend, it's clear to see that there's not that much separating the world's best teams. The matches between England and Argentina, Australia and France, the Springboks and Ireland, and even to an extent Wales and New Zealand, showcase that every nation is packed full of some truly solid rugby players. Of course, each country has different degrees of depth, but there are quality players across the board for each nation. But the battles also revealed that the real thing that's separating these teams is mentality. Focusing on the Irish and Springbok game particularly, I've never seen an Irish side completely self-implode like that before. Usually the calm, clinical and collected side of world rugby, Andy Farrell's team seemed to completely lose their composure as the game wore on. 5 yellow cards, one of which was upgraded to a red, totally dismantled the former cool-headed stars of Test rugby. And yes, one was a brain explosion from James Ryan, but the others were not a result of dirty play or the ref being strict. It was purely due to the pressure and corner that South Africa put Ireland in. The immense power in the South African scrum caused the Irish to falter numerous times, testing the ref's patience, and the swift rucking speed and physicality in the collisions closer to the Irish goal line caused their defence to be offsides again and again as they became more desperate. Therefore, the yellows began to flow. Crowley's desperation trying to slow the ball down in the ruck, Prendergast being offsides numerous times, and the higher and more aggressive tackles that were being put in were just causing the Irish to fall apart. It's easy to look at the game and say the cards essentially took Ireland out of the match, but it was all due to the efficiency and sheer dominance from the Springboks that caused the Irish to infringe again and again. However, we don't want to harp on about ref calls and cards, it's pretty boring. Let's talk about the game itself. I think it's worth saying that both teams had fantastic passages of play, and the relentless goal line defence from both sides had to be applauded. There were moments where Ireland were down a man or two and it looked like all certainty that the Boks were going to score, only for Ireland to foil the plans again and again. The Springboks delivered a much more comprehensive performance, and again, the mentality of the Springboks to weather the storm and fight through was the differentiator. It just goes to show that with all the red cards, difficult one-point games, and unexpected positional changes have made the Springbok team an intensely tough side to beat. Not only from a physical perspective, but psychological, which is arguably the most important and elusive attribute in Test rugby today.